Hey everybody, what's going on? Have you been seeing these games on Twitter that everybody's coding up? Seems like you can just pop them out in a couple minutes based on what everybody's saying. But how the heck can you do that? Well, in today's video, I'm going to teach you guys how. I'm Sam from AI Everyday. Let's get right into this tutorial. So coding up games is pretty much as simple as just constructing your prompt and then giving it to the right AI. The only thing that you can do wrong here is maybe choose the wrong AI to construct your game in, or not giving them enough details about your game. So let's go over a couple things right now that are going to make sure not only your game prompts are perfect, but that you're choosing the right AI. Alright, so first you're going to want to choose the type of game that you want to make. Is it a text-based adventure game, a 2D platformer? What about a clicker, an idle game, card game, visual novel, etc.? Pick the game engine that you want to use. Most often you're probably going to use Unity, but if you have a certain one that you prefer using or know how to use better, then that you could tweak the game afterwards, feel free. You have all the options in the world. You can go Godot, G Development, Twine, Scratch, etc. Now after that, add any other important details that you can think about for your game. As you can see here, we're building a real-life platformer, Adulting Nightmares, where I told it to put in things like job applications or tax forms, other scary Gen Z, tropes that people like to make fun of. And then there'll be the enemies in the game. And then you can get things like, a little bit of ganja or Pokemon packs, and that's going to refresh your health. Pretty much anything you can think of, just put in your prompt and then see how AI can turn it into something for your game. All right, so now that you've got your prompt constructed, time to choose the AI. I've got a couple suggestions, but you can go with pretty much anyone you want, so long as it has coding ability. So things like ChatGPT and Claude AI can help you do the game story or script. You can build the characters out with full development with things like DALL-E, Leonardo AI, any image generation services. You can do the voice lines in 11 labs. You can do the backgrounds and everything else that you need to be generated. Same thing with Stable Diffusion or 4.0, whatever image generation service you want. Music and sound effects you can do with SoundDraw, Avia, Boomy, and then the code snippets. That's what's going to be most important. But you can do that with ChatGPT, GitHub Copilot, Cursor, Claude, and many more. But AI is also getting good enough where you don't have to go to 4 different platforms to get everything all encompassed. You can just use one platform and get a perfect looking game with one prompt. Well, almost perfect looking. Things like scenario.gg or even ChatGPT's new 4.5 model has the ability to code out a full game. However, things like scenario.gg or Replit can code out entire games from just one prompt. Other things like Claude and ChatGPT 4.0 are able to code out entire games, but they're going to need continuous prompting. Alright, and now that we've fully constructed our prompt, let's put it into a couple different AIs and see how it runs. Okay, so we've got Claude AI open here on the free plan. I'm going to give it my prompt and we will see what it can code up. I'm also going to open up Replit and give it the same prompt and we will see what sort of game it can create. We're going to pit a couple AIs against each other here and see who can create the best game. And then last but not least, let's go to ChatGPT 4.0 and see what sort of response it gives us. So as you can see with Claude, I've got to keep prompting it with continue as it can hit the max token window pretty quickly when coding out games. And after a while, you can only continue it so many times before it does just fully cap you out for the conversation. You can upgrade that with things like the Pro plan, obviously, but it can get a little frustrating for more in-depth games. And Replit starts working right away there, and you can see has the estimated amount of time until the completed game and our just visual presentation here. So that's pretty cool. And I would like to test out this Replit one once it's ready. So as you can see, Replit has prompted me with a couple options before it starts coding the game. It started the app plan, and then it came up with a couple things that it thought the game could benefit from. So like adding boss fights against particular scary real-life situations like job interviews, first dates, and adding more world areas like corporate offices, government buildings, create a narrative throughout the story with dialogue and cutscenes. All this is really awesome, and stuff I didn't even think to include in the prompt. But as you can see, it just kind of shows the correct thinking that you need when creating these game prompts. You need to be able to think of all these little things that would just make your game so much better. So say it's a Gen Z nightmare game like I'm creating, then you have to think about things like job interviews, first dates, and being away from your phone or dying. Like those could be awesome things to add to the game. So then once you just select everything that you want to add to the game, it's going to keep coding for you and it will be ready to go in a little bit. All right, and now let's check on our other AIs and see how they are doing. Well, as you're probably starting to figure out, pretty much all you have to do to code a game with AI is just come up with the best prompt that you can. That's why it's called vibe coding. You just gotta have a good vibe. Vibe with your AI, see what you can create, and start making some awesome games today. I'll come back at the end of the video, show you guys off some demos that I was able to create with these AIs, and then maybe even once I get it all compiled into Unity, I'll release the game and let you guys play it. If you guys want a part 2 covering how to... If you guys want a part 2 on this, covering how to more... If you guys want a part 2 on this, covering how... Let me know if you guys would want a part 2 on this, showing how to properly construct your prompts for these games and really getting into the depths of game creation. I appreciate you guys so much for watching today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this AI tutorial. And if you have any other AI tutorials that you want to see made, let me know down in the comments below. Enjoy the demo at the end. Take care, guys.